Good morning, everyone. Good morning
Hello.
to you. Good morning to you. Glad you guys are with us this morning. Let me set myself up here before I get to. Hey, you guys.
Hello out there.
Sandra's first today. Hey, Sandra. Enjoyed talking to you last night, sweetheart. And let's see who's next. Vincent Kelly in California. Hey, there he is. And you and Diana. I'm glad you guys are here.
Good to see
Hey,
you.
Brother Blue. Good to see you. Hadn't seen you in a while. I hope you've still been watching, though. I think you've been watching. Hey, Dee Dee and George.
Hey
Good
out there.
Sunday to you guys. And hey, Robert and Shanetta. How you
All
guys
right. Good to see
doing?
you,
Yeah, good
everybody.
to see you on here with us. Yeah. I'm glad you let us know you're here. Hey, Keisha. Yeah, just let us know you're here. It always makes us feel good when you see you guys here. Let me just put your names up while you're coming in. That way you guys can see who's coming in too. There they go. Yeah. Hope little man's doing good, Robert. And Keisha, hope your girls are doing okay. I saw one of your girls on YouTube. She has her own channel, I think. Something. Hey, Jill. Hope you and the girls are doing good. Hey, Pat. I hope you're feeling better.
Hello.
Pat was in the hospital, remember? And hope you're
Mm-hmm.
feeling better, darling. Hey, Bro K. Been thinking about you. Give us a call, man. Nathan is back today. Hey, Nathan.
Okay.
Hope you guys are doing well. Hi, Diana. And there's John Greason. Leslie's in here today. Hey,
Good to see
Leslie.
you.
Good. I'm glad you guys are here with us this morning. James D. Good to have you here, young man. We got to get you over here one Sunday to play guitar for us before we go on. That'd be good. Give him a little something. Hello, Joe. Good morning to you. Hope your son's doing better.
Yeah.
Hey, Vern, you and Johnny. And Vern is rediscovering her life.
Mm.
Yes. Good morning, Buzz. Good morning to
Good
you.
to see everybody out there. I'm looking for something, but I'm with you.
And Apostle Norman, good morning to you. We enjoyed our talk with you on Thursday. We always do. And Gerald, good morning to you,
Good
sweetheart.
morning, Gerald.
Thank you guys for coming in. And I know this takes a while for us to acknowledge all of you, but I just want to let you know we appreciate you coming in. You could have gone to anybody's YouTube, Facebook, wherever. You could have gone anywhere else but here. And we're just glad you came to see us. Hey, David. And there's CJ. Hey, CJ. Yeah. This is Chris. She always comes in. It looks like Cornerstone Life Center because she's one of my assistants in that. So that's why
Mm-hmm.
she comes in as Cornerstone. She says good morning and hugs to everyone. Yeah. Well, I'm glad you guys are with us this morning. Good morning, Tanita. Good morning, sweetheart. And there's my sweetheart, Judah. Jude, I was wondering about you, whether you're coming in to see us today. We've been missing you a little bit, and we love you when we come in. We love when you come in. It just gives us a boost. Well, let's see. What do I want to do this morning? I got a lot on my mind I want to say, but you know how when you get this deficiency of words,
Mm-hmm.
when you don't know how you're gonna say what you're gonna say, you ever had that,
Mm-hmm.
and you just want to. Uh, you got a lot on your heart, and I do. I've got some things on my heart that I'd like to
Well,
mention
I can give them a little clue while you find out what to do.
while I find out what to do.
Mm-hmm. Now,
Well,
I'm going to read something to you guys out there. Give her
okay.
time to gather her
I'm
energy.
gathered. I'm gathered. But
But
go ahead. Go ahead.
there's a place in all of us that we never left.
Okay.
I want to ABC this because if you can allow awareness that you are to grasp what I'm saying to you, you will be able to see more of your true identity in Christ, and not only Christ but everybody in the universe.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
You are so that your eternalness is in a place and is the place where you're in and is the place that you never left and is the place where all things have already taken place in your true essence.
Yeah.
That is enough there for every one of you or us to take a little step and sit down beside the creek bank and notice the water making ripples over the rocks, speaking to you exactly what I said. I see, if you catch this, it'll be like you're standing on a bridge over a creek, and you look over the banisters of the creek and you can see the rocks in the bottom of it. You can tell that the water is not obstructed by the rocks in the little stream, and that every rock that you run over, the water over, go over, is speaking to you. So that means this: everything in this life from day one, if there ever was, that seemed to be a dark area of your life or a negative, is nothing but the rocks in the bottom of the pond, in the bottom of the water, in the bottom of the stream. And you are the spirit that overtake them. Mm-mm. You are the spirit that is passing over the rocks. The rocks have become a tremendous asset to you in this life. And if you pay attention to what I'm saying and visualize it, you're leaning over the banister of a bridge, a wooden bridge, and you're looking over and you can see the water is so clear that you can see the rocks, but the rocks do not obstruct your flow. All it does is give you more of a flow, and you can look at them and not be moved by the rising of them, but by you seeing yourself. This is another way to see yourself in your true identity. Notice the rocks. Everything is clear. They're not interfering with your flow. Oh, I hit it there. I heard it. The rocks. Look at them. Look at them clearly. They cannot stop you from the flow. But what if you run up against a certain place in the stream where the water seems to be obstructed? Notice the water finding a path. I heard somebody say this. There's a lot of ways you can get from point A to point B. And somebody said, well, how? You can go by plane, you can go by train, you can go by bus or automobile. There's so many different ways that you can get from A to B. But when we say, I can't get there this way, you're saying that the rocks are impeding you. What do you call that word? Impeding you. It's impeding you. What I'm telling you, that there's not a rock big enough in the stream to stop you from flowing. If it is blocked by the rock, you will rise up above it because you'll never ending eternal essence. Put the rock there just for you to have fun in. Lord have mercy. The rock is there in the stream. It's not a problem anymore unless you look at the rock and say within yourself, I don't think I can flow over this one. But if you'll notice, the rock don't get upset with you, nor does the stream get upset, because it knows its purpose. Now I'm going to ask you the question. Who put the rock there? And where did the stream come from? Where did the banks that the stream flow in come from? I could say to you, and you could say back to me after investigation and awareness. God put the rock there, and God is the stream that flows over the rock. We'll leave it at that. Yes. That means that everything, I want you to hear this, everything everything that the stream flow over was put there by you. You are the rock, the water, the dirt, the bridge, the banisters, the boards that you're standing on. The shoes that you're in is God. The clothes that you wear is God. The breath that you're taking is God taking it and giving it back. The minute you breathe out and breathe in, God take it and give it back.
Yeah. Now, while he's getting that was good, Rev. That was good.
You call me Rev?
Yeah, I did because Judy called you Rev. She says, stepping on that bridge with you, I'm that spirit looking at the rocks. Thank you, Rev.
Hey, Miss Judy, listen. You are the bridge, but notice this. You are the water you are the brick that the water, you are the stone that the water is flowing over.
Yeah.
You are not instructed any other way than the flow. And you didn't miss the rock. The rock didn't stop you. The rock didn't interfere with you because you are so well aware of your identity that even the rocks bow to your presence.
Well, you helped me to find what I want to say first.
Glory be to God.
I realized this morning that, and we yesterday had a visit from one of our sweethearts, Vincent Crenshaw came to see us yesterday. He mentioned that when he watches us, but he also watches a whole lot of other people, and I realized that there are so many people online now that can be watched, that for you guys to come to see us means that whatever we're doing or saying that resonates with you, it cannot be the same as what is being said or done on other sites. And I said that because I realized today that when you come to our sessions, you really aren't coming to a church service. You aren't coming to a class. You're really coming to meditation.
That's right.
This is meditation. And I printed out something that I had done quite some time back when I was speaking with Lisa Natoli, who wanted us to do a session for them in one of their Pure Presence conferences. And the subject was uncovering the concealed self through the reciprocal gaze.
Wow, that's good.
And I never knew why I came up with that title until today. And you guys may have heard me mention that years ago in our early Christian conversion experience, early Jesus in me days, I was vain. I looked in the mirror a lot. I was very vain. And so I was standing in the mirror one day and my face transfigured. But this morning I had a different awareness of that incident when my face transfigured and I heard the voice say to me, my eyes are your eyes, my ears are your ears, my hands are your hands, and so on. I knew it was Christ there in me, as me speaking to a part of me that didn't know it. And today I got a further understanding. The reason why I had that experience was because while standing in the mirror, looking at my eyes, I noticed I was gazing at someone who was gazing at me. I realized that the reason I had that experience in the first place is because I had stumbled across a very strong meditative practice, which is to gaze into the eyes of Christ and see the eyes of Christ gaze back at you. And when you do, there is such an awareness of there being only one. And I thought about how we as humans, we don't look into people's eyes much, not for very long. not for very long, because it's an uncomfortable feeling. Because the minute you look at a person's gaze into a person's eyes, it feels like you're uncovered and naked. It's the most extreme form of intimacy. And that's why people who are in love, they'll look at each other. They'll just look at each other. They'll just stand and look, just look. And it's because it is the most extreme form of intimacy. And I from that, I took that when I had that event to happen where I saw the gaze, I saw Christ gazing at me as I gazed at Christ. There was the uncovering. There was a nakedness. There was, it was so intimate that it actually scared me. And that's I'm beginning to understand it. That one single event is what locked this truth inside me, that I am never separated. It's like when you marry couples, when we did weddings for couples, he would often say to them, take a look at each other, because this is the last time you're going to see yourself as yourself. However you say
Separate
that, as separated and as two. And it is true that even while you're standing there, you look at one another, that gaze solidifies the truth that you are one, only one, but still distinct.
And because you don't stand there 24/7 and look at yourself in the mirror, does not remove the fact that you are the one. That anytime you want to can see that oneness or not, and it does not change anything.
It has really, like I said, solidified in me the truth of where God is and who God is.
I like that. Truth where God is.
The truth of where
that
God
is the only truth.
And it doesn't go away even when I'm in reactive mode. Lost in my egoic identity. It doesn't go away. It's still there. Fixed. Because I know that's my knower.
And that is what we call there-ness.
Yes. And so those of you who come to see us on Sunday and Tuesday and Thursday, you come as a meditative practice. You are not here to be preached to. You are not here to learn. You are not here to be refreshed or get goosebumps or pop even.
There you go.
But you are here because you enter into this meditative practice, because it makes you see the truth of who you are. You enter into the gaze, that reciprocal gaze. This is what this is. It's a reciprocal gaze, and realizing that what you see looking at you through this screen is the same thing that we see looking at us from this screen without even seeing your face.
Don't even have to.
Don't even have to.
Now, you stand up over this flowing stream. I took you to the water and I showed you what was flowing over the bricks and the stones. But here's something else of a mystery of your mystical identity. You crossed the bridge and you stopped and you leaned on the banister and you looked down at the stream, and it was so pure and clear that you could see the rocks. That flows over the rocks is spirit water. That is in the rock symbolizes impasses. Now here's another one. You never thought, maybe till now, you never thought, and it may be coming to you always anyway, you never thought that the boards that you're standing on, you put them there.
Yeah.
The banisters that you're leaning on, you put them there. The water that you see flowing, you put that there. The stones that the water is flowing over, you put that there. You fixed it so everything would be in place. But here's another one. I'm going to back you up and go back up from the water up to the banister and the boards that you're standing on. Look down at your feet and see the feet of Christ. and the feet of those that wrote the Course in Miracles and any other literature.
Yeah.
Look at the board you're standing on. You put them there, but you are there. You are them that put itself there. You are them, you are that put itself there in the form of the boards.
Yes.
Look at the banisters and the banisters post. You are the banisters, the wood, metal, or cement. Don't care what it is. You are the one that put it there because you are leaning on your everlasting, eternal self. Look over the side of the banisters. My God Almighty. Look at the water. Dream or acknowledge it by awareness. Don't make no never mind. Don't make no difference. Look at it. Look at it. Feel the water. Feel the bridge. Feel under your feet with awareness. The board that you're standing on is God. Oh, glory. Now look at yourself. You are that put the bridge there, the boards there, the banister and the banister post. You are the banisters that leaning over the side. Look deep down in the water. It's not hard to see that you are everything that you're standing on, looking at, and sensing the water that flows over every rock. Can't be stopped. Can't be stopped. You can't be stopped.
Doesn't want to be stopped.
Don't let that get on your little bitty baby nerve.
Exactly.
Lord have mercy.
So you guys who come to see us in these sessions, you have found the joy of life, but you've also discovered where that joy of life comes from.
That's right.
It's not coming from anything outside yourself. You realize that.
You had to find that.
You have come to a place where you realize no one can what's the word? Do a prep rally and satisfy you. You can't have this stimulus from all of the, I call it the bells and the whistles that we as church people have adapted to say is the presence of God. You know, you've seen through that. You know that all of that, the bells and the whistles that we've done in our church services have been nothing more than just something to make to help the mind get through the day and give you a place of expression for your emotions. But the presence of God is not found in that. The presence of God is found nowhere but inside yourself.
It's you.
And it is you. When you find it, you find you.
Yep.
And so there is this place of coming to. I remember in the movie Doctor Strange, and if you haven't seen it and you don't look at those kind of movies, you won't know what I'm talking about. But if you have, this is what happened. He was a surgeon and he was very good at what he did. In fact, he was a famous surgeon. And he had this car accident. It totally ruined his hands where he could no longer do surgery. He went on a quest because he heard of this person in another, I don't know where this sage was, patient, but he had to find that person because he was told that's where he could get his hands back.
And this guy healed. That he was told him had found out who he was and instantly received his healing.
Yes,
through the surgeon.
So he went on a quest. But this is my point is this: when he got there to the place, they would not let him in.
That's true.
He had to bam on the door, sit outside and wait for days.
He did.
And eventually
earnestly contended.
They let earnestly contended. That's just a scripture. That's the scripture.
Romans
in Jude. It's in
Jude.
It's in Jude
1. Yeah. Earnestly contend for the kind of faith, for the faith that was delivered unto the saints.
Yes. So he earnestly contended to get inside this monastery. And it was because in the older Judaic and Buddhist religions, or I can't hardly get my words out because I'm so excited about it.
Yes.
they didn't admit people into the monastery
That's right.
unless they knew that that person wanted nothing but God or the presence or oneness. They had to know that's what they were there for. And that was the only way they got in.
One thing they never say to you about Jesus and the 12 sitting at the round table of the Passover. You see it all in the books. Here's a mystery. They never tell you up underneath of that event whether they had shoes on their feet or not.
Right.
Okay. Speaking, Miss Judy, I want to tell you something that came to me this morning, babe. And this is going to strike you more than what you just said. You were and you are the heart of God that was chosen to be on this site this morning.
Mm-hmm.
Every one of you were chosen from your heart. That's the reason why you're listening to this. You are a heart God transplant that was planted into this situation, this life, in order that you may express your true identity with or without words, express the true heart of a heart chosen identity. I wrote it down here. You are the heart chosen. Now I understand this morning why he let me see the Sacred Heart of Christ when I first had the experience.
Yes. Yes.
You are the you are the
That's what I mean. That's where I've been all morning.
You are the order that is necessary to see itself. You are the real self. Go ahead.
Yeah. You guys don't realize that not everybody can hear us and understand.
And the only way.
But you understand
because
you go ahead and tell them.
You understand because you were chosen from the heart. Not to say that they wasn't. They'll eventually see it.
Jesus said this in one of the scriptures to some of his disciples. Okay. Not all of them, but he said it to some of them. He said, it is given to you to know the mysteries.
Yes.
It's a gift. Yeah. You have a gift to understand and know the mysteries. And not everybody understands us. And it baffles me sometimes that they don't understand us, because our message is so simple and it's always the same message. We just vary how we say it, but it's the same message. Our message is very, very simple. It's all about you seeing your oneness. Mm-hmm. That's all it is.
Okay.
All it is. And all we're doing is removing every idea of being separate. That's all we're doing.
You were brought to a place 2022 years, 100 years. You were brought to a place in the garden called Gethsemane. And in this place, you were inside of Christ, Peter, James, and John. And you heard Jesus say unto them and to you, sit ye here while I go and pray yonder. You were inside of all of them around the Passover. Mm-hmm. You were inside of Peter, James, and John in the Garden of Gethsemane. Mm-hmm. And you saw Jesus take the sons of Zebedee and begin to become sorrowful in the garden. Then you said and heard Jesus said, my soul is exceedingly sorrowful, even unto death. Tarry ye here and watch with me. And you went a little further and fell on your face and prayed to your eternal self. Oh, my Father, if it be possible, let this cup pass from me. Nevertheless, not I will, but thy will. And you said unto them, come with me. You said it, come with me. And you did, and they found that you had been into a place. inside of Jesus Christ and anybody else. You existed during that time. And you could hardly stand on your feet, but you told them and others, watch with me. You said, watch with me. He called you to the secret place. Yes, he did. And you said, watch with me while I pray. Now, here's the punch. You set this up so that this could be on paper.
Yes. Yes.
You did this so that you could see this on paper and hear me say it by ear.
Mm-hmm.
The minute you hear and see that you are an eternal being, watch this. It is then that you start. Well, hold on now. Let me get a shot here. I'm on.
While he's getting a shot, I'm gonna. You ready?
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Okay. You were the one that decided in Christ to go a stone's cast further into your soul.
That's it. I remember we had someone say to us years ago when we were talking about being one with God and being one. They said, "Isn't it enough for God to just be with you?"
Yeah.
And we said, "No, no,
no, it's not."
Because if God can be with you, there are times when you'll feel like God is not with you.
The reason why, when you are stopped by anybody on the highway in business, watch it. When the policeman stops, say, "Let me see your driving license," you reach for your billfold or in your pocketbook.
Yeah.
When anything comes up in front of you, behind you, on top or bottom, and demands your credentials, you don't have to go in your pocket and pull them out anymore. Exactly. Because when they come to the car to look at you, they see your true identity, the Christ. This is metaphorically speaking. I want you guys to settle in on this because this is it.
So you are inevitably and undeniably eternally one.
It is obvious.
Yet still distinct.
Yes.
So you will always have your distinction.
Always.
And I remember in the I will call the event that I had in the mirror, my Reciprocal Gaze, because that's what it was for me. It was a gazing into the eyes of Christ until I actually saw the eyes of Christ.
They are doing the same thing on this class, looking at us the way you were looking in the mirror.
That's what I was saying.
Lady in the mirror.
That's what I'm
saying. Man in the mirror.
You look at us and you see Christ. You see Christ as yourself.
Yes. So the reflection.
We're nothing but you.
Reflecting back to you. That's
reflecting back to you. That's it. Can I read? I want to read to them the description I gave of that.
Yes.
That session to Lisa Natoli that day was this: our heart opens at the seeing of Christ in and as ourselves. Your heart's open. And I think that's what you guys are looking for more so than just somebody to tickle your ears and make you feel good. You want to feel your heart open.
You are the divided, undivided self. The dividing, undivided self.
The divided, undivided. And then I was going to read this scripture in Jude 3, where we said it, but I'm going to read it. Yeah. It's in Jude 3, because Jude's just got one chapter. It's the third verse. It says, "Beloved, when I gave all diligence to write unto you of the common salvation.
Yes.
It was needful for me to write unto you and exhort you that you should earnestly contend for the faith which was once delivered unto the saints."
I sensed the presence of Laverne Wilson Mary.
I did too. When I said,
when you read that, I saw Laverne Wilson Mary and her husband Johnny. Just when you read that, I saw them.
I did too.
And I saw the presence of God in front of both of them in the form of Laverne Wilson's mama, who just crossed over. She ain't crossed over. She just disappeared out of the physical world.
Exactly.
But I want to let you know that everything that she had in that bed is gone. because she's now standing up on the inside of her Christ self. The minute you stand up, the minute you see without eyes and hear without ears and walk without legs and taste without a tongue and feel without the body feeling, you want to express yourself now in peace.
Yes.
Not in pieces, but in peace.
Peace and peace. Yes.
And your peace speaks only oneness.
So having that experience years ago took me from
Yes.
my initial experience was I received Christ and I had something come inside me. That was my initial experience. But when I had the mirror experience, the gaze upon the gaze, that took me completely away from that, thinking of having a concept of something being coming into me and I got something or it completely took me away from the ritual of what we call getting saved into the place of knowing that God was there all the time, but he now uncovered itself so that I could see it. And it was frightening. It was frightening. So I realized that some people come and see us and hear us, and what they experience is such an intimacy that is frightening.
Okay, hold still. I'm going to show you something. Lean over here. I just kissed myself and became face to face with the image and the reflection and that was standing in front of the mirror. I deliberately put myself and my face in her face.
So a kiss, what we're talking about is the kiss of God. God has kissed you.
That's right. Now you see, I did that. I didn't wait on God. I just said, hold still, lady.
God has kissed us.
Eternal love.
Eternal.
Okay.
Talk to me.
Okay, now.
Tanita says, abide in me and I in you. We are oneness. Laverne says, yes.
And that is concrete insight. I see it as I speak to you, Laverne. Only the ones that stood by and walked with Jesus, a stone cast further into the garden of identity.
Yeah.
Now, how many would that be? Thousands. We're going to jump over the ego and say thousands. I saw on television a auditorium or a stadium filled with people for this music show that looked like thousands of ants. But Jesus Christ or the Christ consciousness recognized every one of them as though there's nobody else in the world but that one.
Yeah.
Isn't that something?
Yeah.
That's something.
So my initial awakening was the seeing of Christ in and as myself. That is what the initial awakening is.
Lionel Richie wrote a song, and did it say something like "endless love"?
Yeah.
That's what I just saw my note here. You are the endless love of God.
Yes, we are. Yes, we are.
The endless love. You are called the unmasking, the hidden man or woman of the heart.
Now, this is the thing. When you have that glimpse, there is an awakening that takes place at that glimpse. But at the same time, when the heart opens up, it becomes very vulnerable and exposed.
You are the broken heart of Christ.
And we, especially here in the West, we are not taught to be open-hearted. We're taught to guard our hearts. And I learned a long time ago, an open heart, a vulnerable heart gets broken, but it heals a lot faster.
That's right.
It heals a lot faster than a closed heart.
Yes.
A closed heart can still be hurt.
Yes.
And we think that we close it and we're untouchable, but you're not untouchable. You're just barring yourself
Mhm.
from further experiencing love. That's all you're doing, barring yourself from further experiencing love, because love is messy. When people are in, when they have love between them, and relationships are messy, there is a lot of things that try to break relationships up. There's so much egoic stuff that's going on that causes people to have to sever relationships. But love puts itself out there irregardless.
Mhm.
It keeps putting itself out there. That's
Mhm.
what
Mhm.
people encounter when they encounter Jesus. He put himself out there.
Walk in the light, beautiful light. Somewhere the dewdrops of mercy shine bright. Shine all around me by day and by night. Jesus, the light of the world. Jesus, the eternal self. I'm gonna make a record
Make
out of
a
that.
record. Make a
I'm gonna
record.
get
We're
out on
going
the
on the
road.
road,
I'm
y'all.
going
We're
on
going
the
on
road.
the
Shut
road.
you.
We're going
Have
on
a
the
drink. I'm gonna go
road.
out on the road. Don't forgive me if I get out there and get hungry and starve.
We need a plan B, I think. I think we need a plan B. Marlon says, a kiss to show love and kindness of who I truly
Wow!
am.
Knock
Yes,
me down and
sir.
call me Sawyer. Call me short if you want to.
Sadie said, that is so powerful to know that God is kissing us. Yes, sweetheart.
That's what it meant.
God
It
is
said,
kissing us.
and he leaned over them and breathed the breath of life.
And they received the Holy Spirit.
The Holy. In reality, not reality, in reality.
Mm-hmm.
Adam was the breath of God inside of that clay body.
Yes.
You are the same.
Yes.
Nothing has changed.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Take a notice. Every breath that is taken, it goes out and it stops. And at the minute it stopped, the body died and it comes back in. When it comes back and that stop and take place, death takes over, but life comes back because it's started back breathing again. Let God, here it is, let God identity resuscitate himself.
Oh my gosh.
Somebody cook me a baked potato and spread it out on the table. It is absolutely real. Take another one and watch how God blow out. Take another one and he breathed in. Get used to this. Get used to this. Yes, until the day that you decide to fulfill the contracts of leaving this body, this house, this earthly house. Get used to, and you have, because it's so spontaneous. The next time you see somebody in the street, breathe the breath of God and watch them. The next time you look at us online, breathe the breath of God and see yourself looking at yourself.
You know what? I was thinking, just when you said that, when we walk past people, yes, our breath has to touch them. We don't know what it's doing. I remember there's a scripture in the New Testament of the Bible that says that when Peter walked, the shadow, his shadow fell on people, and they got healed.
Yeah.
So there's times when you're gonna walk past people, and they're gonna feel such the presence of God that things are gonna happen that you won't even know about.
That's right.
Somebody else may know about it and never tell you, but you may never know about it because you're the walking presence of God. I'm gonna read this if I may. When that initial awakening takes place, and I wrote this years back some time ago, it said, an open heart is an exposed heart. One must allow beliefs, defenses, knowledge accumulated to be suspended to know this truth. Okay? And then it said, as the veil of conditioning is stripped away, and the camouflage, which is the concept of the self, is removed, there is a divine impartation of knowing. As the camouflage is stripped away, all of the concepts that you have of yourself, as that's being stripped away, then there's an emerging of what was already there.
Mm-hmm.
And there's this knowing that I am that.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Regardless of what comes, what goes, how I react, how I don't act, it never changes. It never changes.
You are the I got. You are the I got
Mm-hmm.
what I sought for. You are the I got what was seeking.
Mm-hmm.
You're the seeker that found out you are the I
My
got.
goodness.
Now that you recognize that you're the I got, you are the I now. And as you begin to move on into awareness, you are the I am now. And then further on, you go into it, you say, I am it.
Yes.
And I settle this dust storm. Listen,
Yes.
there's not a storm in this world that can stop you from being the I am, the I got, and listen to this, and I is.
Mm-hmm.
I is that I saw. I is that they talked about.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to fight no more, wrestle with it. I don't have to pull up no scriptures. I am. Look. The scripture. That is. Look at it. Look at that. It might be bald, but it's on the wall. Take it, look at it. I am all the encompassance of God. And I don't have to prove anything to myself, my ego, or anybody else. Thank you, Lord.
And that's
it's
something.
Over.
Now you done preach yourself till your hat done creeped up.
I'm telling you, girl. This is.
I feel, Tanita, I feel the same way. I feel teary. I feel so full this morning just from this realization, and the realizations never stop. They never stop, and it's so wonderful. Vincent says this: the shadow is an extension of you in your allness at the lowest vibration possible, but there is still your essence and power in that shadow.
Vincent, in the heavenly realm that we are, our spirit self does not cast a shadow. The shadow side is here, and we lose that side of it into eternal self when we leave our bodies. So I'm just saying something real simple, but it seems like it's hard.
You know why? You know why it can't cast a shadow on the other side in our eternal self?
Mm-hmm.
Because we're not opaque.
Mm-hmm.
We're not opaque.
Excuse me.
We're transparent.
Ooh.
And so what's transparent can cast no shadow.
Mm-hmm. That's pretty good. Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because in oneness, there is no gettingness.
There is no getting. There is a waking up to what is already. Yes.
You were inside of Christ the Lord, and the people or the cognizance beingness that wrote and published the Course in Miracles and every other script. When they discovered the script on old parchment skins, thousands of years, millions of years, you were inside of the discoverers. When Noah was in the ark, you were inside. And every animal that he picked to go inside the ark, you were inside of them. Come on. Yes. Don't you want to go? Come on.
I'm not going to sing that one with you. I'm not going to sing that one with you. What? It's just an old.
It's an old hymn.
It's an old,
But it's now a bright singing song of your heart. You don't have to go that way, because if you go that way, let's put it like this: you're the way, the truth, and the life.
Yes, you are.
Yes.
And dare you say it.
Say yes.
I dare you to say it. I am the way, the truth, and the life.
Yeah, go ahead on. Tear it up.
Dare you say it. I dare you to
say it.
Say it about yourself. Think that about yourself. Think the most godly thoughts about yourself.
Can you tell the beginning? Now watch this now. Here it comes. When you breathe in, can you tell at the end of the breath where the breathing out starts and the breathing in starts? I want you to be as sensitive.
I like what Buzz said.
What did he say?
He said, I is, you is. We are all is in the isness of God.
All right, Buzz. Now you're working up.
Go ahead,
now.
Buzz.
Hot
That's
dog.
the way mystics talk.
Yes. Now you received a name from your parents.
Judy did it. She said, I am the way, the truth, and the life.
Just as easy as cutting pie.
I dare you to say it. Say the most ridiculous, godly thing about yourself. I want to read something today.
Yeah, go ahead.
I read it on Thursday, and it's something that he did years ago. We were in our brick and mortar when we had about 500 members, and he's standing on the floor talking, and he went into that zone, that place, that on that bridge with that water flowing.
Yeah.
And this is what came out of him, speaking in first person, as he would say, as God. He says, you shall see me, and I am not asleep. I am the all-seeing eye. I have entered into your dream to reveal myself. I shall walk in this place, and you shall see me in this place of darkness. I shall reveal myself. You shall find me in the birds, the earth, the clouds, the dew of the morning. It shall be in the mind, the touch, even the confusion, the seasons. Only the mind cannot see me. I am ready to be seen. Believe this. That's what you spoke to us in first person as God speaking to us. I'll never forget. I wrote it down. I said, that's just beautiful. Beautiful.
Watch this. You are the spirit of all of God's yeses.
Yes.
You are the yeses of the eternal Spirit of God. Did you catch that?
Yes.
You are the yeses. You know no's. No, you're the yeses.
Sister Chris says this. I am the way, the truth, and the light. Is you is or is you ain't?
Oh, Lord. Okay. You are the spirit of all of God's yeses.
Yes, sir.
You are the angel of the Lord in the essence. You are the very essence of God.
Yes.
You don't have to speak anymore like you used to unless you want to. And if you want to and speak it and it doesn't sound right, that's okay, because they hadn't changed the flow of the stream.
And well, I have to say this, that while you're saying this about yourself, your mind will not agree with you. Because this is a you that is not the same you that the mind is.
That's right.
It will not agree with you saying, I am the way, the truth, and the life. It'll tell you that you are robbing God, you're stealing something, that you're saying something you shouldn't say, but it is true nevertheless. Jesus took the leap, and he was our example. He took the leap. He said, I am the way, the truth, and the life. And as James D said, I am the resurrection and the life. But knowing that when he said that, he was not talking about the Jesus body.
That's right.
We are not talking about your bodies. We're not talking about your personalities. We are not talking about that you that acts a monkey and has a monkey and swings in the tree. We're not talking about that you.
Talk to me, girl.
That you will never be the way, the truth, or the life. But there is a you that you don't know yet, that you're getting glimpses of, that you're beginning to come into awareness of, that is the way, the truth, and the life. And that you is speaking to that monkey mind 24/7. It's speaking to that monkey mind.
We were taught that you had to speak things into existence.
Yep.
Can I ask you a question in affirming you? Do you go around every day speaking that you are inside this body? Nope. Do you go around repeating over and over again what you know God is? Nope. You don't have to use any physical apparatus anymore to show forth that you're standing in this place. Uh-oh. 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 Uh-oh.
I know.
You are doing all of this with your mouth shut. So when do we get this thing speaking things into existence? Let me tell you about faith. Faith is a substance of something that is hoped for and the evidence of something not seen. That ain't good enough. Faith is you waking up to seeing that you are the substance of something that never, ever have to be spoken into or through again.
Well, look, you remember we talked last time about the little boy that had the fish and the loaves and them multiplying the bread. Jesus didn't speak that into existence.
No.
That he simply did it. So we have taken this speak things into existence and made it a ritual. And that's not what we're talking about. We're not talking about that. But we're not talking about saying I am the way, truth, and life and trying to become that by saying it. We're not. That's not what we're saying. You don't put I am the way, the truth, and the life just so that you can try to be that. You have to, it has to be a declaration that you're making because you now see that you're that. You see that you're that, not you're trying to be that. You will never be that because you said it.
That's right. What you are now is too late for it to be spoken into existence.
It's already existent. Yes.
You don't already speak, spoke. Spoke, speak the poke. That's it. That's it.
Listen, guys, we could hammer on this forever, but
you caught us at a good time. I can say that.
But we're gonna have to take off here in a second.
I don't want to take off. I want to talk some more.
It is so good when you realize the truth about yourself and the truth about God. It's not just the truth about me, but it's the truth about God. And we appreciate you guys listening to us so much. Now I'm putting up here how you can give, and thank you guys again for your diligence and your support to the ministry and to Pastor and myself. And we just really love you guys. And a lot of times it's hard for us to even get on the mode of trying to remind you to give. But I know some people need reminding, but you guys who have open hearts, you don't need reminding.
Yeah, please listen to your heart.
You give from your heart. So we love you.
And every time you give, it's the heart that's helping us out and others.
Yes.
Thank you so much.
So anyway, Jill has posted as well how to do that. But if you need to give to Cornerstone, and we thank you guys who have been giving to Cornerstone.
Yes.
Even there have been those of you who are not local Cornerstoners who have been giving to Cornerstone, and we appreciate you. We really appreciate you. But you can do that easily by going to the website. I do that often. That's what I do. I go to the website, thecornerstonelifecenter.com, or you can text to CLC Greensboro 73256. Or you can do paypal.me/cornerstone35. And if you just want to mail it, do P.O. Box 36259, Greensboro, North Carolina 27416. And of course, you know how to bless Pastor and I. You can do Cash App, which is $A Sawyer C, or paypal.me/ACE Sawyer 72. I just want to put it out there so they know. Because sometimes people just, if they do like us, they forget it. They just forget it. And I understand that.
So I asked the boss man to give you a raise.
Yeah. So now, and I want to remind you also to like and share. If you would do that, that really helps us as well. Take this time to do that because that helps us to get up in the algorithm where people will see us and catch us and be able to find us quicker. That helps us always. So take this time to like and share. Hit the buttons now if you can. If you're watching on TV, then get your phone and do it right now. So I understand you guys are watching by phone, you're watching by TV, you're on your laptops and your iPads, and I understand that you may be busy, but take the time to just like and share and go over there and donate something to us, and we appreciate you so much.
Yes.
And I tell you, I don't know how to thank you enough for just being here listening to what we have to say.
Take off your shoes, for the ground that you're standing on is holy ground. Now that you put your shoes on, walk this path. And notice when you walk, you don't have to tell your feet where to place it, sir. because you are the place itself.
Mhm.
You are the
Mhm.
place
And
itself.
I wanted to say too, because Jill mentioned prices going up. Yes, prices are going up, but you remember we know the laws of giving is the more you give out, the more comes in to give, and so that's the way it always works.
Let me
It
share this
always
testimony
works.
real briefly. There's a young lady, Leslie Monroe. From the time she came to our church years ago with her father and family in a van, she has still kept contact with us.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm,
And this
mm-hmm.
little girl, I know she's a lady that lives in a place where she occupation is driving a bus, city regular bus. She has never ceased in every month or the beginning of the month. She sends us a token of love and compassion.
And there's been others who've done that as well.
And some of the rest of you have done that.
Yes, they
But
have.
this little girl named Leslie has never stopped giving to us.
Almost, it's like clockwork.
Almost, it's been years she's been doing this. And
so
I just want to notice her, and we do appreciate her.
Yes, and we want to,
and all of you.
We want to decree a miracle blessing for you
Yes.
too, Leslie.
Yes.
Want to decree
And
that.
her daddy.
And there was another young lady I want to mention. Her name was Lauren, and Lauren gave
that's right.
$1,000 gift last week
right.
to Cornerstone.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Lauren.
And this $1,000 that Leslie and some of the rest of you are sending, we're not putting this out front for the be hook.
No, it's just to acknowledge,
acknowledgement that you guys are really on target by standing with us.
And some of you, we don't want to say it as if you didn't give.
Yes.
Because we know some of you are mailing in.
That's
we
right.
don't see that necessarily because it goes directly to the church and we don't see that. And sometimes when you give through PayPal to the church, I see that because I get an email. So that's why we mention certain ones. But we know that all of you have been blessing us and supporting us. So we thank you.
Don't the Winans sing a song that you can count on me? The Winans, BB and CC?
Maybe.
Yeah, I remember something like that. That you can count on me. I can count on you because you have established in us a consistent giving and the presence of love in your giving. We receive your love, whether it is monetary or physical or just spirit. We receive the love. Thank you so much for tuning into us today.
Yes. So keep your reciprocal gaze.
Yeah.
Gaze into the eyes of Christ and let Christ gaze into your eyes as well.
Thank you so much.
And remember who you are. You are the way, the truth, and the life. And we'll see you again on Tuesday at 7.
Bye-bye. See you then.